Alright, so here, what I want to do is grab these edges. First I want to run a little test. And I'll show you why I do this test. Here on the outside edge, what I want to do is grab 4 UVs and hit unfold. See how they fold in on itself? That tells me I have a negative shell. And what I need to do is flip this shell first. I want to show you this side because it's the most complex. Notice this shell, if I go into it and grab 4 UVs and unfold, it does not do that. Okay, that's important. So what I do is flip the shell. Very easy. Control right click to shell and hit flip. Okay, we'll flip it back here in a minute. So grab an edge, grab another edge. I'm going to grab these 2 outside edges. These are the edges that are starting to tile in where they're not a perfect square anymore, like the perfect squares here. So that's why I grab these 2 edges, the outside edges. Then I'm going to go control right click to edge loop, and then control right click to UVs. So that's a very quick way of highlighting all the UVs all the way around the outside without doing a whole lot of labor. So now what I want to do is unfold, and because I flipped the shell, notice it unfolds quite well. I'm going to take this UV, go to shell, and now shrink it so it fits within my UV texture. Alright, so now it's a ball. It's represented a ball. It has good uniform poly structure, and the UVs match that good uniform poly structure. And this one is falling off the map, and I need to have it not. So the larger these squares, the more resolution you get. Okay, that's important too also to note that if you have an object with lots and lots and lots of parts, you might have to break up the parts up a little bit. So let's say a character with an arm, hand, armor, shorts, everything else. When I do UVs, I'm going to run out of spaces to put the UVs because I have so many objects. Because you can imagine every one of them unfolded could be pretty big. So I have to break kind of that concept up a little bit. So right now though, as you can see, he's upside down, 1. So let's go to shell and flip him back around. 2, he's not really appearing all that well, even though I have no problems with the resolution now in the corner of the mouth. So there is also a correlation between the actual UVs and what you need to do is now paint on the UVs. I just brought in a texture. It had nothing to do with my idea. What I need to do is make the model first and then make the texture, not make the texture and then make the model. So I've made my object. How do I bring that object somewhere where I can paint it? Well, that's very easy. It allows me to teach you UV Snapshot. And right now, what I'm going to do is browse out to my hard drive. I'll probably choose my desktop. And I'm just going to label this Happy TGA. I'm going to replace it. I'm going to use 1024, 1024. Very important that you put a period TGA after this. And here's kind of my workflow. I will output TGAs and I will import TIFFs. And why I do that is because I like to know what file was what. And rather than renaming a whole bunch of stuff, I know always I'm using TGAs as my output out of Maya, and my TIFFs always come into Maya. So target. Have to have the ball highlighted and hit OK. Alright, so that is how you unfold UVs. Now let me show you another thing that we must do in the next video.